On September 11, 2001, 19 people associated with the Islamic extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 planes and carried out suicide attacks against the United States. 2 planes were flown into the Twin Towers, otherwise known as the World Trade Center in New York. A 3rd plane was flown into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., and the 4th plane crashed into a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. This documentary is going to be an inside look on how the USA's most famous terrorist attacks came to be.
Maybe you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. We're not ready to remaining sitting. You have a ball board.
7:59 a.m. at Boston Logan Airport. American Airlines Flight 11 departs for LA. 81 passengers and 11 crew members are on board. This is the first of 4 planes to be hijacked and used to cause terrorist attacks in the US. 8:14 a.m. Boston Logan Airport. United Airlines Flight 175 departs airport for LA. 56 passengers and 9 crew members are on board. 8:19 a.m. The flight attendant on Flight 11 alerts ground personnel that the plane was hijacked. American Airlines then notified the FBI. 8:20 a.m. Washington Dulles Airport. American Airlines Flight 77 departs airport for LA. 58 passengers and 6 crew members are on board. 8:24 a.m. Hijacker Mohammed Atta makes the first of 2 accidental transmissions from Flight 11 to ground control, apparently doing so to try and communicate with everyone in the plane throughout the speakers. 8:40 a.m. The air traffic controllers alert North America Aerospace Defense sectors about the suspected hijacking of Flight 11. In response, they make sure to try and get 2 planes up to locate and tail it. However, by the time they were ready to tail it, it had already crashed into the first tower. 8:42 a.m. Newark Airport, New Jersey. United Airlines Flight 93 departs airport for San Francisco. 37 passengers and 7 crew members are on board. 8:46 a.m. Manhattan, New York. Mohammed Atta and the other hijackers aboard American Airlines Flight 11 crash into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, starting the beginning of one of the biggest terrorist disasters in history. The plane enters and burns floors 93 to 99 of the building instantly, killing everyone on board and hundreds more working inside the building. Within seconds of all this happening, NYPD forces dispatch units to the World Trade Center, while Port Authority officers on site begin immediate evacuation of the North Tower. 8:50 a.m. Florida. White House Chief of Staff Andrew Codd alerts President Bush that a plane has hit the World Trade Center. At this point, President Bush is visiting an elementary school in Sarasota, Florida. 9:03 a.m. New York City. Hijackers crash United Airlines Flight 175 into the World Trade Center, more specifically floors 75 to 85 of the South Tower, also killing everyone on board and hundreds more working in the tower. 2 of 3 emergency stairwells are severed, as well as lift cables. After initially telling tenants of the World Trade Center's South Tower to stay indoors, they broadcast to start evacuating everyone as quick as possible. 9:05 a.m. Florida. President Bush is informed of the second plane crash. 9:08 a.m. The FAA bans all flights of planes going to New York. 9:30 a.m. President Bush delivers a statement.
Today we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families, and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act.
9:37 a.m. Arlington, Virginia. American Airlines Flight 77 crashes into the west side of the Pentagon. killing 59 aboard the plane and 125 military and other personnel inside the building. Amid growing rumours and concerns, the White House is evacuated just in case. 9:58 a.m. Manhattan, New York. The South Tower at the World Trade Center collapses. It collapses in 10 seconds, killing 800 people after burning for 56 minutes. 10:03 a.m. Shanksville, Pennsylvania. 37 calls were made from passengers to family members and emergency services. Passengers and crew stormed the cockpit as a result of hearing about the other plane crashes and trying to stop the same happening to them. Flight 93 is then deliberately crashed into a field, killing all 40 passengers and crew on board. 10:28 a.m. Manhattan, New York. The North Tower of the World Trade Center collapses. It burns for 102 minutes, killing 1,600 people after being hit by Flight 11. 11:02 a.m. Manhattan, New York. New York City's Mayor Rudolph Giuliani orders evacuation of Lower Manhattan. Rescue efforts continue throughout the afternoon and into the night. The 18th and final survivor is pulled from the rubble the next afternoon. 8:30 p.m. The White House, Washington, D.C. President Bush addresses the nation.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. Secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
Remaining sitting, you have the ball board.
Tuesday, 9:47 a.m.
Hi, baby. Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
Number 56865. We have, I believe it is a Boeing 757. Can you see him up there, sir?
That's confirmed. It looks like he's rocking his wings.
Roger.
He's rocking back and forth.
Number 56865. I advise you stay away from that aircraft. Go north as fast as you can.
United 9-3. Have you got information on that yet?
Yeah, he's down.
He's down?
Yes.
When did he land?
He did not land.
Oh, he's down?
Yeah,
Down?
somewhere up northeast of Camp David.
Honestly, I just want to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck in this building in New York. There's lots of smoke, and I just wanted you to know that I love you always.
At number 2 World Trade Center, right. Lady was shooting in the walking. We're not ready to die when he's getting bad.
I'm on the 83rd floor. I'm gonna die, aren't I? No. Say I'm gonna die.
Liv, say your prayers. We're going to think positive because you got to help each other get off the floor.
I'm
Now,
dying.